All right, let's unpack this. You know that moment you're in a job interview, it's going okay, you're feeling, pretty good.
Yeah.
And then boom, it lands seemingly out of nowhere. Tell me about yourself.
The classic.
It sounds so simple, almost casual,
Yeah.
right? But it's often the one that sends that little jolt of panic through you, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's so much more than just a warm-up question.
It really is. It feels like it sets the whole tone for the rest of the interview and dictates what comes next.
Exactly. What's really interesting is how often candidates sort of underestimate the strategic power of that opening. It's not just giving info. It's about shaping the conversation.
Shaping it. How so?
Well, if you handle it right, you basically draw the map for the interviewer. You guide them.
Okay, I like that. Now, that's exactly what we want to get into today in this deep dive. We've found some really great insights from an interview coach on YouTube, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, someone who really aims to completely change how you tackle this very common but often kind of tricky question.
Good stuff. So our goal today is basically to pull out the core wisdom from that coaching.
Right. We want to arm you, the listener, with a really clear, concise way to present yourself professionally, show your value, and just make it obvious why you're the perfect fit.
And this works whether you're, a seasoned pro or maybe just starting out. It's a framework that adapts.
Okay, so let's get right into it then. When an interviewer asks, "Tell me about yourself," what are they really after? Because let's be honest, they don't want my life story, right?
Probably not, unless your life story involves saving a company millions single-handedly.
Exactly. Like the time I won that thumb wrestling contest, probably not going to cut it.
Definitely not. They're not looking for the autobiography. What they're actually assessing is, a few key things.
Great.
1, a clear, concise summary of who you are professionally. 2, the specific value you bring. And 3, probably most important, why you're a great fit for this specific job.
Relevance. So it's all about connecting to that role right from the start.
Relevance and impact from the very first sentence.
So that initial hook, that opening line, it must be absolutely critical then for grabbing their attention.
It's paramount, yeah. Your first statement needs to immediately frame you in the context of the role.
Okay, give me an example. Say, for someone with experience.
Sure. An experienced person, maybe a software engineer, might say, "Hi, I'm Rahul Kapoor. I'm a software engineer with about 7 years experience, and I specialize in cloud infrastructure."
Okay, straight to the point, professional identity locked in.
Exactly. It tells them, okay, this person fits the profile we're looking for. It sets up their kind of mental checklist.
Right. And what about someone who's, a fresher? Just graduated, maybe doesn't have those 7 years.
Good question. For a fresher, it might be something like, "I recently graduated with my Bachelor of Commerce degree from SRCC Delhi, and I'm really passionate about applying data analysis to business problems." Or maybe, "I just finished my computer science degree at XYZ University with a 3.8 CGPA, and I'm really eager to build my career in software development."
So you lean on the academics and the passion, the focus area.
Precisely. It establishes your foundation and your direction. It helps the interviewer know where to probe next, maybe about projects or specific coursework.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like you're giving them signposts, guiding them towards your strengths. Okay, so you've nailed the hook. What's next? How do you build out the answer without just rambling?
Right, you can't just stop there. This is where this really elegant 3-part structure comes in. It's super helpful.
Oh, good. I like structure.
It's past, present, and future.
Past, present, future. Okay, simple. I like it. Let's break it down. Element 1, your past. What do we focus on here?
So for the past, you're hitting the highlights strategically. Think key parts of your career journey, the most relevant roles you've held, and crucially, major accomplishments.
But keep it short, right?
Yeah.
And relevant.
Absolutely key. Concise and relevant to this job. You're curating your history, not reciting it.
Okay. Can we go back to that experienced project manager example?
Yeah.
How would their past sound?
Sure. So that PM might say, "Well, I've been in project management for about 6 years now. I actually kicked off my career at Tech Innovations, Inc., where I led cross-functional teams, delivering software projects, consistently hitting deadlines and staying within budget."
Okay, clear, relevant experience. And it leads nicely into accomplishments. The source material really hammered home the power of numbers here. Why is that so important?
Yes, numbers. They're just so powerful. This is where your answer really gains weight.
Right.
When you quantify things, like one project I'm particularly proud of saved the company 20% on production costs through workflow optimization. It's just
If
It's
they're gonna
memorable, it's
it
credible,
makes it real.
tangible.
Exactly. It helps them visualize the impact you made. It's proof, not just a claim. Moves you from I'm good to I achieved this. That's a huge difference. Okay, so what about the fresher again? They might not have those big corporate savings stats. How do they talk about their past accomplishments?
Good point. For a fresher, their academic journey is their professional past, essentially. So you start with the institution, the qualification.
Like the BCom example.
Right. I recently completed my BCom from SRCC, University of Delhi, maintaining a strong CGPA of you link it to your ambition, maybe mention a key project or thesis if it's relevant. That's your foundation.
Got it, laying the groundwork. Okay, so that covers the past. Moving on to element 2, your present. What's the focus here?
Okay, present. This is about what you're doing right now. Or, if you're a fresher, what you've just completed or are involved in, you highlight relevant skills you're using or developing, and again, current accomplishments.
So showing you're active, you're contributing now.
Exactly. How are your skills being applied and honed today?
Let's hear the experienced PM example again for the present, building on their past.
Okay, so they might continue. Right now, I'm a project manager at Innovate Solutions, focusing specifically on digital transformation projects. I'm leading one initiative that's already cut processing time by 35%, mainly through implementing some new automation tools.
Wow, okay. That's specific.
Yeah, and then they might add, this role has really sharpened my skills in agile methodologies and managing diverse stakeholders. Shows ongoing development.
Very good. And for freshers, if they don't have a current job, what's their present? Still internships and things.
Absolutely. For freshers, the present pivots to things like recently completed certifications, specialized training, key academic projects, or internship experiences.
Right.
So they might say, I actually just finished a 2-month internship with a top software firm where I got to contribute to a live project. Or, alongside my degree, I've also completed online courses in SQL and Python, and my main internship project involved creating a data visualization dashboard.
Okay, so it shows initiative and practical application, even without a full-time role.
Precisely. It demonstrates they're actively building relevant skills.
So whether you're experienced or fresh out of uni, current accomplishments are key. Can we maybe list some types of accomplishments that really make interviewers sit up and take notice? For both groups.
Definitely. For experienced folks, you want to talk about things like leading teams, especially cross-functional ones, delivering significant cost savings or efficiency gains, quantify those.
The numbers again.
Always the numbers. Exceeding sales targets maybe by X%, securing key clients, implementing process improvements that boosted productivity. Any awards or formal recognition you've received are also great.
Solid examples. And for freshers, what resonates when they haven't managed big budgets or teams yet?
For freshers, focus on relevant academic projects, especially capstone projects or research. Internships are huge, obviously, even volunteer roles if they relate to the job. Scholarships, academic awards show achievement. Relevant certifications prove specific skills, and don't discount extracurriculars if you showed leadership, like organizing a big university event. It all shows initiative, skills, and potential.
That really clarifies it. It's about demonstrating impact, whatever your context.
Right.
Okay, let's hit the final element, your future. This feels like the big connection piece, right, where you link it all to them.
It absolutely is. This is the grand finale of your intro, is your chance to show you've done your homework, you understand their needs, and you're genuinely interested in this specific role at this specific company.
So you pivot from here's who I am to here's how I fit with you.
Exactly. It's about tailoring everything you've just said to their context and showing you want to contribute to their goals.
How does that sound in practice? Can both experienced and fresher candidates use a similar approach here?
Yeah, they can blend it nicely. For example, you could say something like, I'm really excited about this particular opportunity at company name because it seems to perfectly align with my skills in, say, digital marketing analytics.
Okay.
And my passion for driving customer engagement. I'm really eager to bring my experience and mention something specific, like optimizing campaigns to your team and help you mention one of their goals, if you know it, or just achieve success.
I like that. It connects your skills to their needs and shows enthusiasm.
And that's the key insight, really. Interviewers are drawn to candidates who don't just have the skills, but who genuinely want to be there and can see how they'll add value.
It's not just what you can do, but what you want to do for them.
Precisely. It shows you're proactive, you're interested, you have a purpose related to them. That's often the differentiator. You're not just applying for any job, you're applying for this job.
This past, present, future structure is brilliant. It's logical. It covers the bases. But okay, beyond the structure, the source mentioned some bonus tips, right? To really make the answer pop.
Yes, absolutely. A few extra things to really make you stand out.
Lay 'em on us.
Okay, tip number 1, use I am statements.
I am. How so?
Instead of wishy-washy stuff like, I think I'm pretty good at project management, make it definitive. I am a results-driven project manager. Or, I am passionate about driving growth.
It signals confidence.
Exactly. It's subtle, but it projects confidence and conviction. Psychologically, it makes your claims feel more credible, less hesitant.
Okay, I like that. Confidence boost. What's tip 2?
Tip 2, add a quick, relevant story, a mini anecdote.
Oh, like a little case study.
Sort of, yeah. It makes your answer more engaging, more memorable, cuts through the sort of standard interview speak.
Give me an example, say, for that digital marketing role.
Okay, you could add something like, actually, one of my favorite projects involved a client who really needed a boost in their online engagement. I developed a specific social media strategy, and it increased their organic reach by 40% in just 3 months. Seeing that direct impact was incredibly rewarding.
Nice. That makes it concrete and memorable. Makes it sticky, right?
Exactly. People remember stories.
And they say people remember the first and last things they hear. Is that tip 3?
You got it. Tip 3, start strong and end strong. We talked about the strong opening, hooking them immediately.
Right, aligning with the role.
And then you need to cap it off with an equally memorable closing statement. One that reiterates your excitement for this specific role and links your skills to their success.
It's like bookending your pitch.
Precisely. Creates a powerful first and last impression for that crucial opening question.
Can you give us an example of a strong wrap-up sentence?
Sure. Something like, overall, I'm genuinely excited about this role because I truly believe my background in your key area, combined with my passion for their area industry, positions me to make a real and immediate impact here at company name.
I like that. Confident, specific, connects back to them. Okay, and the last tip, was it about word choice?
Yes. Tip number 4. Use positive and strong action verbs.
Like?
Words like led, achieved, enhanced, developed, initiated, managed, created, transformed. They make you sound proactive and accomplished.
And what should you avoid?
Try to steer clear of weaker, more tentative phrases. Things like, I think, or I try to, or I guess, or maybe. They can make you sound less sure of yourself.
Right. Project's uncertainty.
Exactly. Be direct, be confident in your language. And the source material we looked at actually includes a full sample answer putting all this together, which is super helpful for listeners to adapt.
Okay, this is all incredibly useful. So let's recap for everyone listening. Mastering this tell me about yourself question. It's genuinely a game changer, isn't it?
Absolutely. It takes what feels like a stumbling block, that moment of anxiety, and turns it into your first big chance to shine.
Yeah, an opportunity to really showcase your strengths, define who you are professionally, and show why you're the one they need. It really sets you up for a better interview overall.
It really does. And it leads to a final thought, maybe something for you, the listener, to mull over.
Okay.
How might applying this kind of structured thinking, this past, present, future framework, focusing on value, how might that help you not just in interviews, but in other areas too?
Interesting. Like where?
Well, think about networking events, or pitching an idea at work, or even just clarifying your own career goals for yourself. Being able to articulate your journey and value clearly and concisely, that's a powerful skill way beyond just getting a job, isn't it?
That's a really great point. It's a fundamental skill in communication and self-presentation. Wow, lots to think about there.